All right, we are back and we are starting right at the gates where we left off with everyone in the cart. Pipe and Perk are opening the gates with just a simple lowering of a center beam of said copper wall out front. And you are off into the Sandy Mountain zone since there's not really an area you guys have explored right up next to Cape Copper yet. What you doing?
Not really. I'm pretty sure we're heading back towards Wellspring, if I'm not mistaken.
Last I knew, we were heading towards Wellspring.
Alright, now all y'all motherfuckers listen. No one gets off the goddamn cart. We're taking it all the way. No
I'm
turning around.
suddenly struck with the urge to get off of the cart.
Don't you
I'm
do it.
tying a rope to the back railing so I can ride my new skatesy board.
I'm staying in my pod.
Let's say, as far as I know, you have the skateboard in your inventory. The only things that are on the farthest back cart number 3, is the other bikes.
I think he was saying that he was gonna like Marty McFly it and like hang on to the back of the cart.
No, like I'm tying a rope so I can wakeboard behind this bitch. Make sure I don't get left behind.
Okay.
Right up until he trips and it's drugged.
Give me, well,
That's fine.
y'all have to remember, y'all are still only rocking the beefalox, so...
Yeah, we're not going super fast.
I mean, we ain't moving too quick, but he's gonna sit there and be drugged for a second till he can catch himself.
Remember, my skateboard works like the trikes. Like I can speed, I can.
You
self-propel.
presume. You said something
presume,
like
since I
them.
wrote it down. I did.
You presume a lot.
So did I kick my way out of town, or did it self-propel myself out of town?
Oh, you have no clue. You didn't ask. You just said you rode it back to the cart and that was it.
That's why I'm asking now. As I have ridden it, I would know.
Yes, but you also said you wanted to stay reserved. That way you didn't, kill yourself against a wall or something. But anyway. How...
I think I made coffee. Pretty sure I made coffee. It was one of the last things I did. I'm drinking that.
Yes. And if not, you can always make another pot. You're not in combat. You're just traveling on a road that you've cleared 4 other times.
Yeah.
So we got Tulio drinking some coffee. What's Oog doing?
Oog's just floating in his jar.
Okay. So you're just chilling in your crystal cauldron.
Yes,
You got your
as
owl
the
cat
slaves-
up above you, just chilling, watching the beefalox in the side of the sandy rocks, some large boulders, but for the most part, there's not much around Cape Copper directly. Buford's on the back, going very slow, but being dragged on a skateboard.
I'm also gonna ask Oog if I can have a jar of his newest like potent poison that he's got in his jar.
At your own risk.
About to say
Well, I was gonna hand you a jar and ask you if you'd fill it for me. So that way I don't inconvenience you.
I will say the slime in the crystal cauldron right now is still that deep purple with gold flakes, not a full gold.
Oh, I know. This is for like use later.
Okay. But yeah, that's all RP for y'all.
Yeah. So Oog, if I handed you this jar, do you think you could get me some of your like newest poison?
This should be entertaining. I take the jar and I scrape it across the bottom of my foot and then hand it back.
You receive a well overflowing, slimy ass jar back.
Ooh,
Add
are we
items.
playing Who Dies
jar.
Last again?
Hey, I need this. I promise.
For things.
Would it be under bottle? There we go. Oh, glass bottle. And that.
Kronk, you just chilling out front, tending to the beefalox as you mosey and meander.
Nah, I'm feeding those pastries that I picked up for the Rabaroo, the platypus bear, and Abercrombie. So yeah. Spicy and hey hey. Yeah,
Yeah.
those two. Yep. Yeah.
Austin, give me a flat d20 roll real quick.
18.
So as you're chilling in your jar and Tulio just received some of your slime, you see the owl cat above you take off in some flight into the woods that are well beyond the cart by, I'd say, 500 yards or so. You're just now starting to see them clearly. And it disappears into the treetops. It's the only thing happening for you. Buffet, you would see the owl cat essentially like zip off faster than you've ever seen this thing move before. It doesn't move much. And Kronk, what pastries are you feeding each of them?
I don't know.
Oh,
I've just
and you're
got
not
down 6 pastries. Oh, I had baguettes and some other fucking weird thing that you said.
I was gonna
Croissants.
say there were
Croissants.
croissants, baguettes, and some people got specific jellies and jams.
Okay, yeah. So I got jellies and jams. So I'm giving.
Buffet and Kronk got the jellies and jam.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm giving the croissants. Yeah.
Okay. Bet. Good call. Some of those jellies or jams may not be safe for some of the animals. You don't know.
You're damn right. I have no idea.
But they all take them gratefully. The only thing is you can't find Abercrombie anywhere on the cart.
Oh no. That's weird. All right. So that's it. I just don't notice he's around.
Correct. As you walk through and around the cart, Abercrombie is nowhere to be seen.
Well, shit. Maybe Tulio seen him. I walk inside. Ask Tulio if he's seen Abercrombie anywhere.
No, I haven't seen him since we got the cot back last time. Told him he could relax, take a break, because he put the entire place back in perfect order, as he usually does.
Well, where'd he run off to when you said that?
Somewhere
Kronk, you
into the
told him
cot.
to take a nap. Tulio didn't do that. That was you.
Oh shit, I did. Didn't
Give
I?
me a history check.
My history check says, wait, didn't you tell him to take a nap or something?
Literally.
It's 16 for me, so I go, oh, wait, I'm kind of retarded. It's been a day.
And
Well, it's been a few days.
Coolio just sips his coffee and stares at him.
and
I'm
Kronk,
not even going to ask what's in that coffee.
This is just coffee.
I'll believe that when I don't die next time.
Yeah, take a sip.
Not happening. Don't you know?
And he lives another day.
The funniest part is I didn't say I was adding any poison to this coffee, so this is just coffee.
Yeah, this one is literally just coffee. The first clean batch he's ever made on this trip. But Kronk, you've had bound beasts before, and you get an inkling that he's not necessarily in the cart, but within the cart. And if you've told him to take a nap or relax, he's gonna do so until you request him back to work.
Got it.
Again, you've had quite of a day, and you're just like, shit, he's gone.
Tulio's just staring at you, sipping coffee still. Grinning like having a very big shit-eating grin because you don't believe him that the coffee's just coffee.
Is Krunk sitting there having a mini meltdown?
Yeah.
He's not sure what to believe anymore with all the things being too normal this morning.
Well, I guess I'm gonna go up front and see about getting this to go just a little bit faster. Faster we get back, the sooner we set our plan into motion.
So
yeah,
how
and
would
what
you like to do
exactly
so?
is our plan, by the way?
What? Make the bank, take other people's money, hand out IOUs, and leave.
This doesn't really sound like a long-term plan, but all right.
Well, I
Never
mean,
said it was a good plan.
isn't that how most banks go, though?
All right, so let me give just a quick alternative, possibly.
All
we
right.
could go talk to Saf again.
Oh, and get eaten? I'm definitely gonna get eaten this time.
You are Kronk again.
Yeah, I'm Kronk again, which means I'm gonna get eaten.
I don't know. You'd probably have to remake the contract, but I'm sure that Saf would be open to another one.
We send Buffet in for that one.
Buffet, you want to make a contract with Saf?
I'd like to go back and have a conversation with them. I don't know if we'll have a. I'm not going to commit to trying to lock down a contract, though.
Right, but we travel at, no offense to the Beefalox, but Beefalox speed.
Both
It's
of
a
them
very
look back
fast
at you
trot.
very directly and just go for the next 20 minutes straight.
Thank you.
I'll expend my free use of Beast Bond to be like, guys, I love you. You do move the cart really fast. It's just, I'm sorry, but something that moves with magic goes a lot faster.
They stop mine and just look at you with a I understand, but I'm still offended type look.
That's fair. Sips coffee again and stares at them. I don't even have a mug. I'm just holding the pot of coffee and sipping from that.
Oh yeah, that's 100% what I was picturing. Because you got your jar of slime, and then you got your pot of coffee, and then you just said you started drinking, so yeah.
I think with a little creativity and some help from 10, I may be able to fix our speed of motion issue, but it's going to require some luck.
I am gonna beat this child if he thinks we're gonna go back there one more time. Didn't I just say we weren't turning around and he wants to turn around? You see?
No, I don't want to turn around. I'm just saying we can either give me a bit and some thinking, and I might be able to make us move faster.
All right. I'll let you see what you can do.
Hey, God. What's the technology level of the mainland?
Not
this continent, but the main one.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at. I would say early steam power.
So artificers are like rare but a thing.
Correct. They would be. Give me a history roll. Let's see how well you know about this.
Yes, please. Let's see. History.
Use your good dice.
13.
So, you know for a fact that they are extremely rare within your own species and clans. But with a 13, you suspect that Buford might be a beautiful artificer for absolutely no reason whatsoever, just because he's half orc and you don't know what the other half is. You're hoping for something cool.
Okay.
Give me a second.
But I have heard of artificers.
Yes, you definitely know of them from stories, especially from the individuals you would have been around earlier in your childhood.
Okay.
Yeah,
But you would know that they would be like the 0.1% of your clans. Like they were the diamond of the rough.
Okay. Well, there is one other option for making the cot go faster, but this is probably never going to happen. Like, short of a god showing up and going, hey, here you go, we probably aren't going to get this one done. But we could make it a horseless carriage. We would just have to find someone who knows how to do that.
Buford, as someone that grew up in the country, even with your traumas in this new land, you never saw much of the actual steam engines, you just heard of them. So you're not entirely sure what he means, and assume that it's probably more of a magical thing than a mechanical.
and my history check was a 23.
So then, yeah, you would have known that the bigger cities and like the places that your pa went with all the produce to offload it would have them,
Had some cool
but
stuff.
your pa would still have like a horse drawn.
Yeah.
Oog, honestly,
Yes.
your race would have been very high up there in the Steam Revolution, honestly, as one of the first few high intelligence swamp peoples.
They also live in hot springs and are just like, yo, we
Yeah, they
chillin'.
literally have the geothermal
Mhm.
right there, and you are a high intelligence for the area that your race is, and the other, let's say, predators. You are kind of top dog.
So, am I aware of how to make this happen?
Considering you were a purple into a gold, you would know of them and definitely have ridden
Hold
in
on,
them,
gotta
but
be
you
dead, I'll
wouldn't
be
have
back.
any recollection of how to make one. You could look
Am
at
I
one and be like,
aware?
yeah, that's it, but like you wouldn't know how it works. You would have
Am
been
I
more on the
aware of
lore.
anyone on the in the new world that might know how to build one?
Honestly, no. Everyone that you brought to the New World were like head generals that could spawn new soldiers if they found a suitable place, which was the original goal whenever you first landed here and you're like, okay, go look. And they all just went out on their own. Maybe they're
Mhm.
alive, maybe they're not.
We'll see.
One of them might
If they can't
know,
become one with flowers.
But again, you gotta find them.
but yes, that is the thing. Especially with your instructions and the fact that you came into Wellspring, you highly doubt any of them stuck to any proper roads or have even made it halfway to the second terrace, just because they are doing a thorough search for land.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of slacking, but you're also still doing your job.
I'm surveying
And
and getting a
somehow
feel for
upgrading.
the. I'm getting a feel
Because that's another thing.
of
All of your
the
soldiers would have
factories.
no clue of the changes you've gone through, the new style you've taken in this land, or yeah, your abilities at this point.
Ooh, ha, ha, ha.
But yeah, I would say the only difference between you and them is you were a part of the royal line, whereas they were general soldier generals, purples. Um, so we technically have 3 trust fund babies, just 2 of them don't have access to any of the family.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got the farm boy.
Poor bitch.
I
They
was
were
just a
middle upper
Roman
class
dude.
as farmers in this time. Like, they would be making bank for what they do. Not everyone can grow crops.
I didn't struggle bus, but I did work.
They weren't out getting automobiles, but they also had acres upon acres of land.
Yo.
In the city, you got max, even for the high-rise mansions, an acre. It's very gridded out.
So yeah, those are our options, and that one's probably not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
I want to take a crack at it, but it's going to take some tinkering to figure out how this is supposed to work.
You know how they look?
No, but I feel like
My
with some
suspicions
time
up and stuff.
and effort, I could figure it out.
Tulio just
Tyler,
strokes his
give
beard with his
me-
suspicions being confirmed.
What is better, your history or your wisdom? Or no, not wisdom. Knowledge. Intelligence, that's what I'm going for. Maybe it.
Could be his.
History is a +4. Intel is a +1. So history.
Okay, so give me a history roll. I just realized something.
21.
Yeah, you would need to first find a shitload of iron and some way to smelt it. And you might be able to make a basic steam tractor engine.
Okay.
Because you
So
would have
guys,
seen
I'm gonna
Pa
need-
work on it, and you've seen it, and you're kind of orcish, so you have a bit of, yeah. You get a little bit of that, but you gotta go for it and actually find those materials.
We gotta
Tulio.
a ton of iron, and I can start working on this. And I'm gonna need a shop.
Kronk.
Tulio just thinks back to his earlier history check. My suspicions are confirmed.
Literally, I didn't mean to do that. That was for shits and giggles, and then it actually worked out.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Yeah, perfect. Kronk, give me a history check.
Man, my fucking dice hate me tonight. It's a 7.
So you just full on disassociated within your own body and were off in space as everyone was talking and figuring things out. And you just come back and hear, I need a shitload of iron and a forge. And the only thing that comes to your mind is, oh no, my notes. There they are. I want to make sure I say the right name. That's the Cape Copper book.
Oh, Mama Juju?
Mama Juju.
That's a, was it Mama Juju?
That's the forger.
And then
Yeah,
Caitlin's the storekeep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Caitlin's
she's
on the
the older
storefront.
elf lady.
I was gonna try and recommend we make Mama Juju in charge of the bank.
Yeah. I was about to say Mama
Established.
Juju's proper name, I do believe. Yeah, is Adrian. Yeah. Adrienne.
Adrienne.
Andreanne. If you want to be fancy about it. But that would be the Fire Genasi Forger back in wellspring of the iron-tailed beaver. But you would remember you have a pretty good relationship with Mama Juju.
Well, what do we need all this iron for?
Well, my boss had this tractor thing that could it pulled and it like did some tilling around the place when we needed it, but it was a great workhorse, but you didn't have to feed it. So I was thinking we could get some more speed if I could figure out how to make one for the cart instead of the buffalo. Because we could work on it and get like sap speeds without needing to feed anything.
When we get back home, we can talk to Mama Juju and see what we can get done. I'm sure we can work out some kind of deal. We've been gone long enough. I'm sure something's come up she's gonna need killed. So I'm sure we can work.
Probably.
Julio's gonna make a shadow hammock and just chill. Continue sipping his coffee.
Just because I feel like it's in character, you make this shadow hammock literally connected to nothing on each side, right next to Buffet's hammock, and it's just like slightly fancier. A little bit more shimmer to it.
It's got like a little bit of like silver inlay along the edges.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go snag some candy. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you good. But yes, you are traveling along the road. It's pretty uneventful because, like I said, you've traveled this road and cleared it of most everything for 4 runs back and forth most of the way. um, as the sun starts to set and night starts to rise, I'm gonna say the only one that would really care would be Buffet. You would probably be the one going around lighting the like lanterns around the cart to give you some light. But it's still
Yeah.
somehow a full moon. It has been every night you've been on this continent. You're not sure what that's about because that's not proper for the mainland.
Creepy.
Kind of sketch, but nothing too ominous.
Okay.
Again, none of y'all have really traveled much outside of your respective areas until this major voyage for each of your own reasons. But what do y'all want to do during the night? Do you want to take a long rest or work on something?
I mean, I always take first watch, so I'll do that.
Where would you like to
I'll
post
sit
up?
down at the
Top of the cart, like usual.
Okay. You make like a tiny little crow's nest with like a 10-foot pole all out of shadows and just chill at the top of it.
Yeah, with just like a little seat at the top of it, like a fisherman's seat.
Yeah. Buffet, what you doing?
I think I'm going to go to the kitchen table and
Uh,
start trying to.
yeah, there would be one. Don't mind me. Trying to imagine the card again.
I'm going to pop
Wow.
a seat at the kitchen table with a sheet of paper, start trying to, from memory, doodle down the tractor from the ranch, try and jog my memory and remember how it's supposed to look and
So
trying to
give
get
me
a
3
idea of what
rolls and you have to get a 19 or a 20. Oog as
just flats.
yeah, just flats. Oog, as you can see through the front bay window of the cart into the dining area where the small little round table is, you can see the blank piece of paper, a massive pencil, and Buffet just looking at it real intensely. At this point, y'all would be entering the wooded area and have made it almost to the first terrace. This would be the most normal looking area that you've seen so far, now that you're not speeding through it. And Tulio, you would see all this too. But you just see some pretty basic pine, oak, a pretty wide variety of trees just littered everywhere, kind of thin. There's not really any undergrowth. It's pretty barren. But you can just notice that the vegetation is starting to take over versus the rocky boulders and just sandy dirt that is around Cape Copper.
While I'm keeping watch, I'd like to shift my spear cross guard into the monocle piece and keep watch with that in my eye.
Okay. So as you put in your monocle, you would really just see almost like an ebbing and flow, ebb and what's the opposite? Like
I think
waves
it is ebb and
crashing.
flow. I'm pretty sure
Ebb
you
and
had
flow.
it right.
Okay, that didn't sound right for some reason, but yeah, like waves crashing into each other, of just gentle white energy throughout this whole area. Almost dim, like nowhere near the same as the other biomes you've been in this land so far. This one almost seems wilted, dying
Isn't this the
almost.
one where we killed the tree?
No, you would still be at the top terrace that you've made it to so far that is within the same biome as Cape Copper. You're just now
Okay.
about to get to the first terrace hill down, which would be
We
the
didn't kill
desert.
anything. So we didn't kill anything on this terrace.
No, this would be the first time you've actually seen any of this land because you've zipped through it every single time.
Okay. Is there any concentration of that like duller white light, or is it just the very like
It
just an ebb and flow?
Yeah, it's just like it almost looks like a ground mist that's moving back and forth.
Okay.
Just like very subtle, and yeah, if through your other eye you don't see anything, but the other one almost, yeah, like if you jump down you'd be ankle deep in a pretty thick fog of just white waves.
Huh. Okay.
As you get closer and closer to the terrace hill for the main road here, you would see the white fog almost fall over the edge in waterfalls, but somehow always avoiding the road itself. Let's see. While y'all are up there, or while Tulio gets his nice little calming, slightly eerie vibes, what's everyone else doing? Well,
Give me 1 second. Someone's at my door.
yeah, you're good. Buffet, did you get your numbers? Cool. Hey, Oog, you there? Oh.
My highest roll was an 18.
Okay, so you would be able to draw like the outside shape of a tractor, but you can't quite remember the details yet.
Fair enough.
Good first step. Oog, you're just sitting there in your cauldron staring down through the bay window at Buffet. And you have no idea what they are drawing. It almost looks like the regional map for one of your sub countries that one of your siblings took over back in the day. Good memories. if no one else wants to do anything. You guys make it down and into with the next one would be the Blue Oaks. So the Winter Wonderland. As the white fog of Tulio's vision falls down it's only about a 20-foot terrace down into the blue pines. It almost seems as if it's being absorbed into the ground and turning into that light blue sapphire-ish aura that almost exceeds the height of the terrace itself. And you get the coldest chill down your spine ever as you just remember the last time you've been here and Kris Kringle the kind, but also of Krampus the kindred.
Jackets.
Hmm.
I assume everyone else is just roaming around the cart doing their own thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
After my
Yeah.
doodles, I would have gone to sleep. I
I was
think.
about to say, once the sun would have started to go down, Kronk would have pretty
Been
much
out.
hit the. Yeah. Still has that woodsman's kind of schedule.
Fair. So you make it through the blue pines. Tulio, as the night goes on, you can feel almost as if you're being watched. There are rustlings in the trees, but you can't sense anything around. There's no changes in the energies, there's no changes to the trees themselves, but auditorily you can hear and you can feel something watching you. Julio? Did he never come back from snack break?
No, I thought he did.
I thought he did too.
I thought he said he had to shut his door.
Well, that definitely indicates that nothing happens throughout the night. The sun starts to rise, and you start going into the desert oasis biome. As you all wake up with the blaring sun almost already at high noon, but you can definitely tell it's 6 a.m. I think the first to
Tulio's
notice...
probably dying.
Well, the first to notice would be Oog, because he's out on the front deck, hanging from the rafters, so he would have noticed this almost immediately. So I think he would have been awoken rather abruptly. Thank you.
God damn it, random dude at my door.
Oh, it was the random dude.
Yeah,
Oh.
sorry about that. It was the random dude who sold me a security system, and he was like checking back up on me, and I'm like, I'm in the middle of Dungeons and Dragons right now. Like,
I gotta go, bro.
yeah,
Valid.
I'm like, bro, it's good. The cameras work. We saw that it was you. That's why I came up to tell you I'm in the middle of D&D and not just ignore you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we caught a cat outside last night. That's
Oh,
our...
nice. But yes, the only thing that happened throughout the night was you could hear and you could feel someone watching you, but you didn't see any movement or change of literally anything else. Nothing happened though, since you didn't respond and I forgot you were checking on someone at the door.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
You're good. Everyone else just said they went to sleep, so I'm like, well, I guess we're moving on. But the next day has come. You're moving down into the desert oasis. The sun is blaring down on you, even though it's early in the morning. Oog would be the first to wake up, but I would say you're up in your post, almost with like the super bloodshot eyes. Like you just pulled an all-nighter in a very intense game. But literally nothing happened, so you're just on edge the whole time.
Yeah. My chair just slowly shrinks down onto the top of the cart. Pull myself into Kronk's room and shadow cocoon up into the side.
So I'm definitely
That's like-
thinking like a Dexter situation where the platform lowers, you pull a lever, and it just like flops you down through the top hatch, down onto the bed of coins.
And then just like shadow tendrils just walk me back into the corner and then envelop me into cocoon.
Mm-hmm.
That
And in-
definitely would have woke me up, right?
Oh, just wait. As soon as he landed in the bed, Kronk, almost like it was a airbag launch, stands right up at attention. You're still not awake yet, but you're upright, ready to go, outside of maybe your clothing. And the first thing you see while waking up as you're standing is, yeah, the tendrils enveloping this bloodshot-eyed, stressed-looking Tulio.
Well, that's not just absolutely terrifying to wake up to.
Everything was fine.
What a
Nothing
weird-
happened last night.
Well, thanks for scaring the shit. I should be used to this by now. I'm not. because-
Honestly, you should. Good night, by the way.
Good day. We'll see you in a few hours.
Takes him about 4.
And then I will walk out into. Well, I guess I'll get dressed first, and then walk out and fix breakfast.
Wonderful. Oog, what you doing?
I am wondering why I'm so unsettled. I'd like to do a perception check.
Okay, go for it.
Let's see. That would be a 15.
So, you're so unsettled and perturbed this morning because somehow the sun and your new Oog slime worked against you because the flakes were lined up just perfectly to shine into your eyes and wake you up immediately. And it was just to the blaring heat and sun of the desert immediately from a winter wonderland. It was very shocking to your system.
I proceed to go into meditation mode and just try to hibernate.
That's ironic you say that because you were about to go into hibernation because of the cold, but then the heat of the desert is what brought you back. That's why it was so disrupting. Give me a con save. Let's see if you can get back to sleep.
10.
You're unable to get back to sleep, but you do smell and hear something happening in the kitchen. You can make out the outline of either Kronk or Buvet in the kitchen, hustling and bustling. Your eyes are still adjusting to the light, though.
Is there any coffee about?
Well, normally Tulio makes it, and his ass is asleep, but the shit's over there. So go ahead.
I slide out of my pot and I go make coffee.
As soon as they start yelling at to each other, I should say, Buffet, you wake up pretty quickly after that. But again, you wake up to the smell of breakfast being made, but also the clinks and clanks of pots and pans and cast iron utensils and whatnot. Pretty sure somebody has a crystal pan, but I don't remember who.
I believe that would be
Do I?
my
Okay. Fuck it. Where's the coffee?
You would see the coffee maker, which is like just a gravity fed coffee maker with a filter into a cup that you need to pour hot water into.
Like a French
What?
press, essentially.
Yes, without the press. It would be a direct through, kind of like a drip pour, but manual.
Oh, drip pour.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll start. No one else is already doing it. I want to start making coffee.
Oog
Oog's
would
making
be
coffee.
walking towards that currently as you're waking up.
I'm looking for a cup. I'm currently looking for a coffee cup.
So all of the coffee cups have been at the top cabinet, top shelf, and you are the only one that can't reach them. You could hop and get them.
I request assistance for a coffee cup.
I reach up and
All
the coffee cup. Where
Let's
there
say
you go,
Buffet would
little
have to
one.
get on your tippy toes to reach it, but it's like a solid 10-foot shelf. This is very much Kronk-sized situation. OG buff old Kronk.
excuses.
Older.
I like how we have coffee in like the highest regard, so much so that we don't actually fuck with it. It's not like I will withhold coffee from you. It's just like, hey, I'll poison the coffee because I know you're gonna drink.
Exactly.
At least you're honest.
We don't deny people coffee. We just add extra spice.
That's it.
Make
Exactly.
it zingy.
And if you don't have that poison resistance, sucks to suck.
Yeah, exactly.
Buffet, it preferably, I think, doesn't have the poison resistance. Do you?
Yet. I don't have it yet.
Yet. Good. Good thing I got that healing stick, huh?
Presumably.
I hit you really hard in the fucking face with it.
Son of a bitch.
To heal you if you're because what is it? Oh no, I can't. Not with this one.
Question: if the bard gets hit with a no horny healing stick, does he instead take damage?
Ooh, does the bard
Not when she's
explode,
not when the
actually?
bard's a chick. So far,
He'll be
I've not
horny
been
and be a
bard.
chick.
Yeah, we really haven't been back yet, though. So
Yeah, you've been to 2 towns.
You haven't had an opportunity to be a hoarding bard.
That's fair.
Technically, Kronk would be the only one getting frisky. But to be fair, Austin's already had spawn, so he just also ate them.
Procreated. Just
I
nasty.
was gonna say he did eat them, so I mean, like,
They were more of a breakfast omelet, but like, yeah, they were still his offspring.
yeah, that was like the first session.
Mm-hmm.
Literally
double-
because he
double
stayed in the hot
poison.
springs too long.
Mm-hmm.
His body went into nesting mode, and yeah, he was like, "Oh, breakfast. I can't support this. Fuck that."
This is not in the plan. Dinner.
So wrong.
Yeah.
Coffee's done. We've all had a cup.
breakfast is done. I've served it to everyone.
What
I
is
am
your
sleeping.
breakfast exactly? Because I think you might have
So
like
it would have
pancake
been
mix,
yeah, it would have been like
some oog
dried.
slime. Best say maybe some dry
Uh,
cereal, like trail mix crunch something. But you have like water, oats, maybe a little bit of milk. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
it would have
really
been
trust it though.
an oatmeal kind of
Warm
maybe
breakfast, but easy.
pancake. Yeah,
I was thinking at least like pancakes, because Mama Juju did
yeah.
give you like a 10-pound bag of mix pre-made.
Hmm?
You just have to add water because she knows how lazy you are.
Well, then perfect. Then that's exactly what I've done.
Well, she gave you that when you first moved into Wellspring, so it's like a fourth of the way gone. But yeah. It'll last a while. It's been your backup rations.
For a minute. Yeah. So yeah, some pancakes, some like oatmeal looking stuff.
Oh man,
And
nobody
then
has the good berry spell, do they?
Nope.
I might.
I
Do
think
I?
I do.
the what spell?
Good berries.
I
No
don't have it
good
equipped
berry.
right here. No.
Tulio,
No.
you're asleep. You can't good berry.
I know, I'm not, and I don't have it anyways. That's the best part.
Yeah.
Smart. It
No.
wouldn't matter if he was awake.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
y'all have a wonderful breakfast. About this time, you'd be passing the area of the desert that you can very easily see the oasis, and it almost seems as if it's grown again.
We don't look at it. If we don't look at it, we won't be tempted to go over there. And as long as we don't go
Look, an
over,
oasis. Let's go.
God damn it!
Everybody give me a whiz save.
God fucking damn it.
God damn it!
Had to say
Oh, hey.
something.
This will be good since it's a save.
Nat 1.
It's not good. It's 12.
Finally, 19.
24.
It's a 50-50 split of really wanting to go back to the oasis and maybe get some berries for breakfast, or like another breakfast, or maybe some like fruit so you don't get
Excuse
scurvy.
me.
Maybe see if there's some animals there now. But both Tulio and Bufordetta,
Excuse me.
you both really want to go back to the oasis. Oog, Tulio, you do not.
I do not trust the Oasis.
Or Kronk and
Hey.
Oog. Tulio and Buford want to. Yes, sorry.
Julio, I thought you hated that cat thing.
Well, like, but food.
Well,
Wait, I'm asleep.
Yeah, you are asleep. So you're dreaming
I'm
about
just dreaming of the oasis.
it. So it's just Buford.
so I'm sitting there looking like I'm pooping.
Yeah,
Because I can do that.
yeah. If you want to include him in the conversation and still let
Yeah, I
him
do.
rest, you could.
Yeah, I'm gonna intrude on his rest a little bit.
Is there something I can roll to shut him out so I can sleep?
Give me a. Let me look at your sheet. The only one that makes sense is intelligence, honestly. Intelligence or whiz.
All right.
Your whiz is
You
higher,
do-
so I'm gonna say intelligence.
You think you're doing great on your rolls so
Because
far.
this was unprompted, unwarned. Like, there's no way to guard this.
Let's see. That's a 7 plus a 5, so 12.
Kronk, give me a flat roll with a +4 for poop and face.
5. Hey.
So you got a nat
Hey.
1?
I got a nat 1.
So,
Perfect.
yeah,
Tulio
no.
gets to sleep.
You don't get... You get like a buzzing fly type feeling, and then you're like, that's not me, get out. And then it just poofs.
It's like when the
Kronk.
alarm clock shows up in your dream, but you decide to ignore it.
Kronk, you're now stuck in poopin' phase for the next 30 minutes. Oog, what you want to do?
I'm gonna poop. If I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna use it.
Oh no, you're like stunned right now. You can't do anything.
Shit.
You're kind of lost in between in the psychic connections, and you're trying to find your way out since Tulio didn't send you back, he just sent you out.
Do I see him making this poop face?
Yes, you're
Or have I
sitting
gone
right
back
there
up?
next to him. He
Is,
likes
is he? Does he look like he's been stunned?
Well, what prompted this was y'all were talking about what were you talking about? Oh, going to the Oasis, and then
Oasis.
you're like, Kronk's like, hold on, I'm gonna get another opinion. Goes into the poopin' face. You know what the poopin' face means. But yeah, it just looks like he got like shocked a little bit and is now like stuck hard as a stone.
I slap him with a
Beautiful.
gloved hand.
Give me a strength check. Beat it.
7.
7? Okay. I was gonna say beat a 12 to rearrange him, but no, you just slap him. He doesn't budge.
I'm gonna slap him again. The other cheek.
Give me a strength roll, beat a 12.
11.
So he still doesn't move, but he will take a point of damage and a very sore
Got it.
cheek.
Our rolls are shit today.
Eh.
I mean, on those,
Yeah.
I kind of wanted them to be shit.
Does he have matching cheek prints now?
One side is definitely more defined than the other, but yes. One is red,
Okay,
one's a
got it.
handprint.
I gotta make a match.
So you're gonna go for just the red mark to try and get that 11, 12-ish range?
Yeah.
Go for it.
I'm gonna go for the other side to make sure it matches the. I
11
wanna
and
get
12
bitched
will
at.
only be 1 point of damage, but it will leave a solid handprint.
14.
So that's gonna be 2 points of damage,
Got it.
and it's gonna bruise up a bit more than just be a red mark. But they match. They're both handprints. Just the palm of one side is starting to turn a little purple.
Kronk's just stuck in a having to shit himself face, and Oog's beating him across it.
Literally.
He's still non-responsive.
Correct. He'll be stuck like this for 30 minutes. You don't know that though. But yes, he does not respond within the first,
the
I'd say,
goddamn scene
minute
in
of you doing
Airplane.
this. Literally. Oh, hold on. I'll get it. Wha, 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 wha.
Nothing happened, but
Nope.
at least he matches now.
True.
He'll be awake before I'm awake, so it's fine.
Yeah, you'll be awake like an hour after he's unstunned.
Yeah.
So it's Oog and Bufordette that you're contrarying on where you want the cart to go. But the Beeflocks are following the road as far as they're concerned right now, till they're told otherwise.
That means it's up to Bufet and Noog.
Whether you want to change the course or keep going.
We're gonna hang a left. Let's go to the Oasis.
Fuck it. This should be interesting at least.
The Beeflocks hear Bufordette and start to verge off the road and into the dunes.
Kronk's frozen corpse just starts to groan as they change course.
I was about to say Kronk would be fully aware of what's happening, but yeah, it would just be grumbles and groans because you can't move anything. You can still breathe, but that's about it. um, once you're about halfway to the oasis, Tulio, you wake up and you just open your cocoon and see all of, well, the platypus bear, the, oh, what were they? We'll pull it back up. Gotta remember what I gave y'all. Yeah, the platypus
There's a-
bear, the
Peru.
I got a Rabaroo.
Rabaroo. Oh, I think I put those in the other chat.
The alpha cat flew off, and I don't know if it came back or not.
It does not appear so.
Hopefully, it didn't get it declawed. It might have got it eaten.
But yes, Kronk, you're unfrozen as you're in the dunes. Tulio is starting to wake up.
In flavor, can I unfreeze him by tapping him on the forehead as I walk out into the kitchen?
Yeah, I'll extend his frozen time so that you can unfreeze him. So yeah, Tulio, as you first wake up, you come out to the general area. You see a few pieces of pancakes still there on the table. Maybe one whole one, or maybe like 2/4 left. And then yeah, you just see Kronk frozen on the front porch.
Oh, sorry, bud. Tap him on the forehead.
Turn this fucking card around now. They're
Pretty sure
taking
we're
it
already
the
wherever
away-
we were going.
Oh shit.
They're halfway there.
Oh, we're gonna turn this bitch.
But we're already going there.
Nope, not gonna happen. I
Give
go
me
out
an
and
animal
then-
handling. You're already on the front porch. I guess we weren't entertaining enough for our peanut gallery.
I guess not.
How strong is my urge to go to the Oasis?
You really want those fresh berries, but you could live without them.
Okay.
It would be more of
That
Buffet
would be
that wants to
a
go real bad.
25.
So yeah, as soon as you say we're turning this bitch around, the beeflocks moan and groan, but they do turn around and start heading back to the main road through the dunes.
I was asking how much I wanted to go, so that way I knew if I was gonna, since I just took a rest, blow another beast bond and just take control of the beeflocks from Kronk.
But yeah, no, it didn't affect you too much. It would just be a nice idea, really. Buffet would be the one that really wants to go for essentially no reason.
Just being a dick.
What's new? Don't you mean being a bitch?
They're gonna be dead. Hold on.
So
Okay.
you make it back to the main road.
All right, well,
and
he's being dad. We turn the cart back towards the Oasis.
now I'm not allowing that. We're moving. As you make
we
it
just end up
back
in a fight.
to the main road, that's what I don't want to happen. We can't have AFK and then fight, then we have to pause. Make it back to the main road and start heading back down towards the Golden Oaks. That is the next biome. This is where it might get a little difficult.
I was gonna
as-
say, are they still angry at us for killing like the father of the forest or something?
As you make it to the ramp down to the next terrace into the Golden Oaks, you realize that the path is still seemingly completely overgrown. There is no path to be seen. You could barely fit your cart into the woods, and even then it might get stuck somewhere.
Oh no.
Excuse me.
I will say only one person might be able to change the terrain itself, but I'm not gonna give away who.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. That's on.
Anybody want to try something?
I'm looking at what all I have currently.
Terrain changing.
Yeah, I can't do much with that, fortunately.
Everyone give me a intelligence check.
Thank you.
12.
That's actually good. That's 21.
All right, Kronk's not here.
He is dead.
He is dad.
I roll my other dice. He rolled a 13 plus whatever his thing is.
That's beautiful. So, Tulio and Oog, you two kind of make eye contact, and without saying anything, have a small little conversation of Avatar Boy? Avatar Boy. And Oog just hops up into his crystal cauldron, starts to meditate, and starts to glow without another word.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry.
Austin,
timing.
give me a nature check. Kronk, you just see
Are dead.
Oog jump into his crystal cauldron and start to glow like a avatar fetus.
What? Shit. I
But yes,
fucking dive into the cabin then.
23.
beautiful. As you convene with the nature of the Golden Oaks, as you've done before, you see a wood nymph kind of in this astral realm that just has a small little pond and the circular uh, thicket in the woods. Oh. Well, hello again.
What might you be up to on this lovely day?
Oh, just tending to the forest.
And what's happening in these forests?
Oh, so many things.
Anything I should be worried of?
Nothing too worrying.
From whose perspective?
Mine.
Hmm. That's no guarantee of my safety, is it?
I suppose not. I'm sure you'll
Is-
be fine.
I do have a knack for slipping by. What of the others in my party? It is so hard to find good help, you know.
I have no issue with them.
Is there
Some
anyone in the
others might.
force?
I mean, once blood is showed, blood will be sure to go.
Hmm. How close are they to us?
They're already here.
I suppose I should depart and make sure I'm not disturbed.
Do you wish to flee or flee?
It's bad habits to flee.
We'd rather have a nice conversation.
You're not there, Buffet.
Yeah, I was pretty sure.
This
Oog's
is an
feeling the
Oogs.
water.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is all just for Oog.
But nice try.
all right, my bad.
You just see him glowing in his pot.
Oog's getting ready to get us fucked up.
I'd rather not run, but I possibility for peace talks.
They sent mercenaries. They've sent ambassadors. And yet,
You killed them all.
That is unfortunate. What happens if we keep on killing them?
I doubt peace.
Is there a way to appease and make amends?
You can always.
Give tribute.
What do they accept for tribute?
Many things. Often things of value.
I will consult with the rest of my party to see if they can come up with something of tribute. See. And I go back to the party and start filling them in on the dirty details.
So Oog stops glowing and pops out of his crystal jar. How would you like to explain this?
Gather round, knuckle chucks.
Yeah.
Mwah.
How many are within earshot?
I mean, everyone, they're all in the cart.
Okay. So you know all those people we've been fighting and killing and the things?
Uh-huh.
Well, apparently
Yeah.
some of those were supposed to be envoys of peace, and some of them were contracted mercenaries. Well, there's more on the way. So unless we can come up with a tribute or
I
a
just
way to
Look at Tulio with kind of a stink eye.
For envoys, they're kind of violent.
I'm not disagreeing.
I'd say that we were defending ourselves like 90% of the time.
The first interaction with the marionettes was technically peaceful. You attack them. And then they
Well,
start
should
attacking
not
you.
have been creepy as shit.
Yeah, the freaky, it's not my fault.
That's your opinion.
I know. And that's why I'm saying it.
Yes, and
And
that
it's
is
completely
exactly
valid.
why we attack.
Uh-huh.
But
Which is
anyway.
valid. But yeah, anyway.
Choices are find a tribute and try to make peace, or keep fighting until you die.
Or we could cut off the head of the snake and just kill the thing sending the stuff at us.
Again, I already said keep fighting till you die.
Well, see, we don't have to die.
You You have a lot of confidence, is all I'm going to say.
Oh, man, let's do it.
I mean, like right now, was stuck sitting in front of the woods. So
Well, we're going
could-
to have company soon.
We could ask what type of tribute
Where?
in general.
I say
pretty
Kronk
sure
knows
Oog
all
said
about
valuable
tributes.
stuff.
I'm almost positive tribute means a sacrifice.
My ass just got back. They can fuck off.
Yeah.
I really like
They gotta
myself,
take
so
you
that's a
the
no.
hard way, huh?
Kronk, the only other thing I would say is an equal amount for a life is the amount that your bet is.
It's already owed to someone else.
That's the funny part.
They can't have my bed.
So murder hobos.
Murder hobos.
All right.
I don't even think this is really murder hoboing. I think it's more of just like stuff is
murder hobo.
it's been self-defense and or really fucking freaky. Like if you saw a puppet walking at you, which you did, you'd attack it. Which you did.
Dude,
So you can't say that I'm in the wrong for that.
I didn't say you were.
So how do
An
we go
arrow
around
comes
or
flying
over?
out of the An arrow comes flying out of the woods and lands on one of the support posts of the front porch pavilion. There seems
As
to
I
be a
said-
scroll attached to it.
If no one else goes for it,
Oh.
Buffet will grab the scroll of the arrow.
I don't want to touch it.
Not before Kronk rips it off. No one fucking shoots at my cart.
They just did though.
I know. Now they have left no choice but to murder them.
What's the scroll say?
I hand it to Buford. Make sure this isn't gonna kill me if I read it.
I will open it to read it.
Okay, so Buford, I'm putting it in your dreams.
This is a demand for us to leave an animal. So, which pet are we leaving? Although I am going to point out that owl cat pissed off at the beginning of this trip, and now we're getting sniped. So,
As
Don't
soon
want
as you
everyone to
say
think
owl
about that.
cat, it comes diving down from almost seemingly the sun and perches itself on top of or over Oog's crystal cauldron.
I'm going to look at it and be like, I'm suspicious of you, you son of a bitch.
It raises its wings and looks at you and just goes, "No."
Let's see. What do I got? What do I got?
I start cackling at this show of idiocy.
Oog, give me a nature check.
15.
So you can recognize that specific call as an all clear sign, as in no danger is imminent. But yeah, Buford takes it as an aggression and readies up to fight him.
I look down at
Accusatory finger.
I look down at Buffet and I'm like, he just said that signal is to say that the area is clear and safe.
Hmm. I'm still keeping an eye on it. But
How
anywho,
good-
are we connected to any of the other pets that are in this zoo, this rolling zoo box?
You
I
can
wanna
technically
keep
get away
spicy.
with one of the beefalox.
We need that.
Yeah, but we've had them like the longest,
I
honestly.
will give them
And they're actually working.
the platypus
Technically,
bear.
you've had all of the animals except for the beefalox the longest, because they were the last things you put on the
Actually,
cart.
that's true.
You know what? They're the most important though. So
They are.
So
And
platypus bears getting kicked out.
Krunk has decided that hey will be left.
Aww.
As you pick up Hey, there's no fight, no struggle, just the giant puppy dog eyes.
I'm sorry.
And a slight
little
tear
buddy.
start to form, and it starts to sniffle.
You're fucking airbudding, hey.
Well,
Where would
It's
you
not
like to
Old
put
Yeller
this?
where they put him down. It's Airbud where they leave him in a field.
well,
I figured White Fang.
we could leave Oog here. He's technically an animal.
You're not wrong.
Any objections?
I
Besides
object.
Oog?
He's the face of our party. If we lose him, we have to recontract again.
Yeah.
I will look
Yeah.
over at him like, you do have to recontract with the fucking
I know, it's just
association. If I go,
I was
I
making a
won't fight
point.
ya.
I was making a point, is all.
I will say shit will get wild if you decide to do that. That is the only warning I can give you.
I look at Kronk. I'm like, I'm more than prepared to go tribute.
I don't know if I
Mm,
like that you want that.
Well, like I said,
I'm chaos. Remember?
Oh, I know.
hey here has been with us the least amount of time. And it's his time.
I'm
He's
prepared
been
for that good
faithful.
hug.
It's
Mhm.
time for a new home.
I'm gonna give Hey my last ration as we boot him off the island.
He refuses to take anything.
Good luck, little buddy, and I toss his ass off.
God damn.
As
That's
Hey goes
cold.
flying and lands limp on the ground, gets up and starts limping away into the woods. And the last little bit looks back directly at Kronk and
I
snarls.
turn around. I don't want to look at that shit.
That's
give a fuck.
fine. Everyone else can see this. And then disappears
I hold the
almost
finger up.
into mist.
I don't have a goodbye spell I could have hit Hey with. Okay.
Kronk, I hope you know that later that thing's going to be absolutely massive and come back and eat your head.
You know, I thought about that.
Did you?
I
As you
did.
sit there
He's the one
thinking,
that I think that we could take on.
the
You know what I
trees
think?
start
I
to
think
part.
you're right. I think you could 1v1 him whenever he shows back up.
Oh, bitch, this ain't a 1v1.
Happening.
The trees start to part, and the dirt path reappears. It seems to be clear. The Beefalocs start to move forward and continue on their journey. As you enter into the Golden Oaks and look around, there's no sign of any animals, no birds, no squirrels. It's eerily silent. As the day goes on, you start hearing what you can recognize as about the halfway point through the Golden Oaks, where you can hear the stream, the water source that you once resupplied all your water at.
What are our water tanks looking like right now?
Well,
I'm just gonna say they're low.
are they? I thought they were. We had filled them up, but yeah. we
You
should
did fill
probably-
them up back before you left Cape Copper, but this is 2 days in. You had a 3-day water supply especially with all the animals you have now.
Well,
We should definitely stop at the stream to resupply on water.
resupply it, and then we'll purify it.
Oog, if you're gonna take a bath, do so downstream, please.
But poison you all would be funny.
We do that enough with the coffee.
See, you do it by choice.
Us, yes. The animals, not so much.
This is why I scoop it out of the water and I do it in the tub.
Right.
I'll do it in your cup next.
Ooh.
Kinky.
All right. You think this is the first time we've had oog in our coffee? Get real.
Yeah.
Let's see how potent I can make it.
As you guys resupply the water barrels, you also notice that you might be getting a little low on feed for the beefalox. You're down to 1 bale.
Well,
Is there like a patch of long grass close by?
Yeah, if you want to stop for the day.
I was more thinking I'd just take out my knives and I'd start scything some hay for him.
Nothing that long.
Oh,
The golden
time of
oaks
day is it?
provide you could guess it's about 4:30 p.m.
We offer tribute. We could rest for right now and just restore. We can keep this 1 bale of hay. Save that back, let the beefalox graze. Or even just graze for a bit. So that way we don't have to feed them as much today. We can make more progress tomorrow.
I agree with that, Liz.
okay. I'm good with it.
About how long would of grazing until like the beefalox would be full?
To be full, probably the rest of the day. For like a pit stop, probably like 2 hours.
At the midway point, there's not like another good campsite between here and Wellspring, if I'm remembering right.
Correct. There would be one more terrace, and then you'd be getting to the coast after that.
Okay.
I don't think I've forgotten any of the terraces. Now that we're
Cool.
actually going through all of them.
gotta catch 'em
Kronk,
all.
Oog, what do you think?
Well, I said let's just have them do a pit stop. We'll let them eat for a few hours. Then we'll get back on our way. The longer
Should be
we're out
fine.
here, the more nervous I am. I get that, but we should be fine, and me getting my ass rolled by some weird fucking hog or some shit is very likely.
Tossing a certain thing away instead of presenting it as a proper tribute might lead to that, yes.
Hmm.
So yeah, we should be fine. I'm not going to guarantee Kronk's going to be safe, but yeah, we should be fine.
There's got to be some shit I can
You get a
do.
distinct feeling that you're only safe in the cart.
Where I'm gonna be. Really, I'm gonna need you to keep watch. I'm gonna till we're out of this terrace.
While the beefalox are feeding, I'd like to go out to at it like a short distance and start doing some stretches and exercises.
Doing your yogas.
Doing my
Tai
yoga
Chi's.
and Tai
I'm
Chi's and
Buford,
weapons training.
Buford will
katas.
join.
Since I've been in my pot for so long, I feel rusty.
And Buffet will follow along and copy.
Buffet, give me a performance.
Okay.
I won't laugh at any mistakes, but I'll be entertained that someone's joining me.
17.
You're able to keep up fairly well with Oog's Tai Chi and general Tai Chi, but when it comes to the weapons trainings, you were keeping up every like third move, but he's just a little bit too fast and fluid with the motions.
I can live with that.
But yes, you guys have your little training and stretching. Buffer or Kronk is hiding in the cart. What you doing,
Like a
Tulio?
bitch.
Kronk asked me to keep an eye, and even though it's his issue, it sounds like I'll hang out on the roof and I want to do, instead of like the fisherman's seat, it's like a hanging chair, but one that you can sit in like
Like an
crisscross
egg chair?
applesauce. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna chill up there with my spear across my lap, just meditating.
Bet. Give me an Arcana check.
Ooh. Dirty 20.
So as you chill there and start to meditate, your mind's eye starts to get almost an overview of the area. And you get the same feeling as you did going through the blue oaks, but not as the movement, sound, and sight was on you, but more of that you were this movement, sound, and sight. And then you realize you're watching through the owl cat's eyes that is flying above.
Hmm.
Both you and Oog are able to do this, but only while meditating and while the owl cat's out and about watching, because that's all it's really been told to do since it's joined the party. Just keep watch.
Hmm.
But yes, you're able to do that, but you are not able to use your other visionary skills through the owl cat, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Buffet who got the owl cat originally, right?
Yeah.
Yes, but then you
Straight
and
ahead.
Oog were the ones that interacted with it the most. Kronk's been on top of most of the rest. He hasn't really given two shits about the owl cat.
Ow, cat, my little buddy.
Wasn't
Mostly,
my
yes.
problem.
Well, it perched up on the rafters, and then everyone was like, that's a good spot for him. And then he was just like, cool, this is my spot now.
Has he gotten any poison resistance since he's been above my pot for so long?
Your Oog slime specifically isn't the type of liquid to evaporate. It would just congeal and condense.
Okay.
So no, it wouldn't have any negative effects towards nor buffs slowly being given, if that's what you're wanting.
I was more curious than wanting.
Fair. But yeah, not necessarily just for your situation. It would have to be an ingested poison for your type.
Understood. And I'm not playing that game with the owl cat.
Yeah. That's a lot of size, weight, mass, and owl cat digestive bullshit that I don't want to think about. Because then I'm either going to give you something really cool, OP, and game breaking, or something that's utterly traumatic and awful. There is no in between. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Tulia, before we get all hitched up and move on out at about, it would be like 6 at this point? 4, 5, 6. So yeah, like 6, 6:30, getting ready to move out. Anyone want to do anything?
Bake dinner.
How?
Look around to make sure that we're
Take
not.
another crack at my tractor design.
Kronk, give me a... Oh, let me pull up your sheet.
Do we have any more empty jars I can drain half of my oog jar into?
Yeah, you have a couple like cabinets full of just crystal jars. that
Alright,
haven't
I'm
been
gonna
filled with anything. They were intended for canning, but Kronk is not a big canning person and didn't listen whenever Mama Juju taught him.
go grab some
Not at all.
like I'm gonna go start labeling a lot, like almost a full cabinet of Oog poison number 2 on them and
I'll say
start
you
filling
only
them.
have 2 cabinets.
Yeah,
Or
but
are
the others
you
aren't
filling
labeled.
another one? So it'd be number 3. You have the danger cabinet with the gold Oog slime. You have the poison cabinet with just poison on it that has your regular purple with gold flakes. So you would have a third one. What's this one?
It's gonna be condensed Oog slime.
Okay.
Since this is the Oog slime that's been left in the pot the longest.
Fair. How do you want to make the signage?
I search around for some scraps of paper or leather.
The scrap leather that was used is now the hammock. You might be able to find a few small pieces, but nothing really big enough. And as you look around for something to write with, you would just see Buffet sitting down at the table with like this giant feather ink pen trying to draw.
Okay. I go over to Buffet and be like, hey, would you mind making some signage for this cabinet that says extra poison?
Sure, no problem.
I'm going to start filling it with my condensed ooze.
Okay. I will put. I'll pull one of my daggers and hit it with green flame blade. I'll wood burn biohazard symbol and extremely poisonous poison cabinet on the door.
Beautiful. Kronk, how are you taking this? You made all those cabinets. You only got 8 of them. They've now carved into 2 of them and made weird signage magically on another. Oh, wait. Carved, burned, and magically induced signage now on your nice pine cabinets.
I can roll to make sure it's like professional looking wood burning.
I don't think that's the issue here, bud.
Well, I
have
feel like
two
I'm
questions.
getting ready to beat the shit out of them for fucking up my cabinets.
So, Kronk, give me a wisdom save and a history check.
Okay, wisdom save. Okay, that wisdom save would be a 19 and a what?
And a history check. So for that wisdom save, as you're looking out all of your windows of the cart, being careful not to go outside, you can almost swear you see shadows running around from tree to tree.
21.
But at the same time, it almost seems like it's not happening. You're not sure if you're hallucinating or not. And for the history check, you just see them carving into it, and you get a little montage flashback of you and Mama Juju working the wood, making the planks, installing, putting let me get to her page.
That's it. Y'all are done fucking up my shit. No more marking on my stuff. No more doing this or that to it without my
So
goddamn
who is it?
permission. So no more taking over my cabinet space. No more ooze, or whatever.
Do you have a good place to dispose of this poisonous ooze?
I'll say the
Tulio
last little
drinks the
flash
shit.
of your the last little flash of your
Not
history
straight.
is you and Mama Juju put Caitlin in the cabinets to make sure they were strong enough for anything you could put in them. And you remember how cute of a couple they are.
I'm
That's it.
ready to get home.
This is the first time you've ever been homesick. And it's not even your original home.
No, it doesn't have to be.
Can I do a check to figure out if the owl cat is male or female?
Yeah, do nature check for that.
Okay. Not good. 13.
It is a feathered owl cat, not a furred owl cat.
Mhm.
And you think you found a cloaca, so you really don't know.
Okay.
It's not the same subspecies of owl cat your clan would be familiar with. You would be used to the furred, whereas these are the feathered. So more bird, less cat, whereas you're used to the more cat, less bird.
Okay.
Interesting, though. You're
Yeah.
learning.
Yeah.
Is he getting any smarter though?
I mean, he can't really tell if it's male or female right now, but like, if
He's
you start
trying.
seeing eggs, probably a good bet.
No, that's just elves.
It's always elves.
It's always
Elves lay
elves,
eggs.
Elves lay eggs.
That's how they reproduce. I've been telling you guys this entire time.
But yes, they finish carving the new poison signage, and Oog is just like carried in his crystal cauldron full of slime and ooze and just starts filling jars as he's like, well, do you have somewhere else to put this?
Well,
I can dispose of it when we get back to Wellsprings. I got a place for it, but until then, do you want to take the heat for leaving it somewhere unadvisable? We've already
well,
started shit with one individual or individuals.
I guess not. But quit fucking up my shit. Mark the drawers, not the goddamn cabinets.
I thought we were going to use ink and paper.
That wasn't technically ever
Uh-huh.
requested. It was just the signage was requested, not the
Yes,
medium.
signage.
And since I
Signage was
didn't
requested.
glue, there was this is far safer and less likely to fall off.
Oog slime would probably make for a good glue.
I mean, Kronk would definitely have like some animal fat glue somewhere. Like a jar, a singular jar.
Alright.
What?
No, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Me or your idea? Were you
There
gonna
was-
try to make a fat bomb?
Mm.
Because
That is
this was
gonna
a
happen.
butcher's shop. That was his
I
main
was-
gig in Wellspring. So he would have jars of fat and sub creations of which because he had access to other makers.
Just not sanitary.
No.
I was just thinking that we could either glue someone to the roof, but since there's not enough glue for that, I could glue something to someone's hand. That would be funny.
You could probably get away with like gluing someone's face back on, like amount. So like a good amount, like a good sized jar, but yeah, not a massive amount.
Okay.
Gluing someone's face back on. All right.
I don't know why that
Remember
was the
that.
amountage that I wanted to use.
I'm going to fucking remember that for later. Good thing I'm DM next week.
You know, like,
Write
but
that
like
down
around
real
32 ounces is enough for to reglue a face, right?
That's a pretty common increment.
Right?
I'm glad you're looking up these figures.
Reglue face on.
32 ounce. God damn it.
Information necessary for later.
Adding to DM notes. God damn it.
Hey, that's
Now
good
that
to know
okay.
if one of us gets, dismembered or some
I mean,
shit.
I'm not saying that's necessarily gonna work, but like for the amountage.
Someone gets their arm cut off, we glue it back on and smack it with the healing stick and hope for the best.
It
You
should
see,
work.
I might give you that, honestly. Because it can't regrow limbs, but it can mend wounds, so that would be within the realms. You would just have to give me a little extra razzle dazzle.
If you get beheaded, would it work?
That would have to be an immediate reattachment and bonk. That would
Get
be like
within,
literally
5
one turn.
seconds.
Yeah. If you do it quick, I would give it to you, but like not if they're already deceased and gone. Do y'all feel? It's not a resurrection.
So if we assembled all of the pieces of ash that were Blood Sniffer with glue and then bonked him.
That would be a hell of a feat, man. I'd be impressed.
Yeah, I think Tulio's ADD would get the better of him, and after about 5 minutes of trying to piece together the jigsaw puzzle, he'd get bored and wander off.
I mean, it's literal ash. You would have to like cement it together back into that, but then the cement's still a foreign object, so that causes all other issues.
Yes,
the bonding agent is
bring back something.
No horny stick only brings back his dick.
That would be hilarious. Throw it at people. It's my new ranged weapon.
No. He's throwing anti-horny at people.
But the sun is starting to set once again. You've made it through the... Where are we?
We're still parked letting the bee fox feed. And
Oh, right. We were discussing what you wanted to do right before you headed out. That was a while ago,
I'm
though.
filling up my pot with new water before we leave the water
Hmm.
source.
Good shit. My bad. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm
Yeah,
kind
we
of
got
excited for when
distracted
y'all get
because,
back.
Yeah. We're kind... Let's see, what was I saying? Oh yeah, we got distracted because of the signage and the choice usage of signage.
Yeah. Y'all are RPing. I appreciate it. I just got lost in the story for a second.
You're good.
All good. Just trying to retrack so we all know where we're at. So
Yeah. So you'll just have to hook up the beefalox and yeah, you can head out.
And I leave that to the others since I'm busy reconstituting the fluid in my pot.
Yes. I'd say at this point you would be like hoisting it back up to put it on like your chain hook.
Mm-hmm. Put it back up in the rafters. I'm gonna throw my gimp suit inside, so I'm just wearing my gloves. Enjoying not wearing the gimp suit as much since we're not in immediate danger.
Yeah. You don't have a chance of being away from your cauldron. I would say as you are wearing your gimp suit less, you are noticing that the gold stripes that you have developed are slowly taking over the original orangey purple you did have.
I'm moving up in rank. Just as my greatness desires.
I'm gonna go reset up back on the roof if we're gonna get headed back out. Maintain lookout position, but more hanging chair rather than an egg chair this time, so I can be relaxed about it.
Like a sky chair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be seething in my room because they fucked up another cabinet.
He's moping in his room.
Meanwhile, Tulio just creates constructs out of shadows to add onto the cart and then just makes them disappear.
Mm-hmm. You don't do anything permanent.
That's why I get a pass.
Yeah. Just creepy as shit.
Loopholes.
The fine line.
Yeah, the creepy dude who controls shadows definitely gets a pass.
Come on, start shit. You know you wanna.
Nah.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
No, because I don't remember anything, and the things that I don't remember is a no.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we're kind of waiting on either, I guess, Kronk or Buffet to get the Beefalox attached and headed out, I think.
Alright. Then that's what I'll do is I'll see about getting them to go as fast as they can.
So you're going outside?
For a little bit to get them going.
Okay. Give me an animal handling.
I watch with interest to see what happens.
I'm in my sky chair.
Mm-hmm.
$21.
You're able to whistle and call them over and get positioned rather effectively and efficiently and get them moving. But whereas they haven't had much outside of just like grass and hay, they aren't going to be moving at the very top speed they can go, which is only like 40 miles an hour. They'll max out at like 30, 35.
Okay.
But you should be able to make it back to Wellspring like at 10 p.m., a little after sunset. If you wanted to hard rocket all the way back.
Nah, don't want to kill them, but we'll get close enough.
I mean, you were told that the Beefalox can go for the whole trek continuously as long as someone's there to maintain them.
You know, oil the joints, give a little bit of WD-40 whenever the chart sounds squeaky.
You know, a little starter fluid if you really need it.
We'll start.
I think the right one's out of blinker fluid.
Give them another bail. But other than that, they should
give them the
good
last
to go.
bail.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that'll only take another hour. So you'll be. Do you just want to make it to where you put the bail out while they're grazing so we can just put it all together?
Yeah, put it all
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, that way you can just make it back to Wellspring.
Yeah.
Without worry, I suppose.
So if we're not harried
this
by
is
anything.
So you make it to the last terrace ramp, and going down into it, it's back into the more tropical wooded areas. You see some coconut trees, more tropical like mango, banana trees hanging around. But you also remember this is Saf's terrace. You know what Saf was. Granted, it was after you took him away from the area, but you all just have that in the back of your heads.
We are probably going to die.
Games, games, games.
I make sure my spear is dismissed while going through this terrace.
I'm floating in my freshened up pot.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I
Got a
remember
crystal
that Saf was
water.
not a fan of the spear, so I'm just making it not be here.
inside.
So as the
Trying to be as low
Beefalox,
profile as possible.
are you going around like making sure none of the lanterns are lit and whatnot?
Yeah.
Even though the sun is setting, you're going into this terrace at sunset to
Hey,
just
Bubble
set the
Foot.
mood.
I start ribbiting and croaking as the sun goes down.
So are you more frog or more toad?
I'm gonna say I'm making like tree frog sounds.
So you're going more froggy with it?
The
Okay.
diet is more of a toad.
Annoying as shit.
I
Got it.
believe Dart Frog is the original.
Is that the
planter
original
plus the
one?
color.
Okay.
Yeah, Dart Frog is
So
one
yeah,
of the
tree frog
original
style.
plus the colors.
That's fair.
But let's put it this way:
I was leaving it open for him though.
the shape of my character is more dart frog-esque and tree frog, but the dietary habits are more of a bullfrog orientation.
We need to find you a good picture for your avatar.
Who did?
Why isn't it set as your avatar then?
Because I have two avatars.
I
I've
say,
got
yeah, you have a
Bob
server
and I've got
profile.
Ook.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm constantly changing mine to whatever character I'm playing.
I mean,
It just helps keep track of who's who. It's not that important. Anyway. As you guys make it into this area, the only thing you really notice is it is dark. There is no full moon. It seems to be nothing in the sky at all. Just a dark abyss. You make it far enough into the woods to start seeing the glow of light from Wellspring. This would be the area Kronk's rather familiar with and used to hunt all the time.
So I'd be a little bit more comfortable now, would you say?
I don't know, would you? Just because you know the land doesn't make it any less dangerous.
Yeah.
A rose of any other name is still just as much danger. You'll still bleed.
This is true. All right, yeah, I guess I'm not at ease at all.
How far away from Wellspring are we right now?
About an hour out.
Okay. I'm gonna do something that's gonna piss Kronk off.
Oh no.
Here we go.
I want to like sneak down, so I'll roll for like my stealth and whatnot. And I want to like quietly pop my trike out of the cart. And I'm gonna take it up to where Saf's den is.
Give me a stealth roll. Let's see if anyone notices. Everyone give me or I'll just see what your passive perception is to see if you can, what your highest is to be.
That is a 16 for stealth, so not crazy.
Passive for Kronk is
Passive
14.
is 14.
Passive
16
for
for
Austin
me.
is 25. Can
Can
you
Oh,
beat
you're
a
not going
25?
nowhere.
No, mine was a 16, so he noticed for sure.
So Oog and
I don't think Oog would stop me.
Buford, both of you hear a little bit of like rattling and noise that you can recognize as something being taken off of one of the back carts, but you don't have a direct line of view of it, I'll say.
I'm gonna throw up a dancing lights around the cart.
A disco starts around you, or
Yep.
around the carts, I will
Rainbow
say.
fireflies light up the entire surroundings of the. Yeah.
I'm pushing off on my
120-foot area.
trike and heading out.
Give me a strength.
Not too crazy. 7.
Wonderful. As the dancing lights gets cast and illuminates the entire area, and Oog and Buffet start to look around over the cart's edge, you just see a plume of smoke and one of the carts are missing. Or bikes.
This should be interesting.
And there's no time to hit it with a dispel. Just gone.
No,
If you dispel
not
the trike, it
because
don't work anymore.
I mean, it's more of he was already casting one concentration spell in the same turn that you were pushing off.
Fair enough. Never mind.
So it'd be more of if Austin wanted to react, he would be able to, since he was just looking.
That's fair.
You were
I did my
actively
plan.
doing something. Yeah. Rusty, would you like to do anything last minute as you see Julio push off with his cart? Little walking bike.
I make a little like spitball of oog slime in my mouth. I take out my blow dart and I aim for the back of his neck.
Rolled a hit with advantage.
That'd be a 10.
Yeah, it misses.
I was about to say, what's your AC?
17.
You barely miss it, but it scrapes along your cheek, Tulio, and you just get a little bit of oog slime against your skin. It doesn't do anything because you're rather used to it by now, but it's still spicy to the skin. Spicy to the touch.
I start
Yeah.
croaking in a laughing manner.
Wah, 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 wah. I don't know. I don't know what tree frogs or dart frogs sound like.
More like chirrupy.
Yeah, like a
I don't do
Like a
the
baby
chirpy like.
bird. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
even spaced tree frog chirping speeds up to sound more like a chuckling. There.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like that's a better analogy.
But I like it.
Yup.
But yes, you push off and get away successfully. Buford and Oog know you're leaving, but weren't able to stop you. Bronk didn't see anything.
Why would I
Which is the one that it was really important that didn't know that I left.
Just don't get me killed again. Kind of, because I'm really tired of taking over Buford's body.
Hey, at least you beat a chick this time.
I got that going for me. Yeah. All right, let's give this one a shot then. I guess. Yeah, sure.
God
Hey,
damn
you
it.
guys are heading to Wellspring. You don't know shit, Kronk.
I was about to say, I think we'll leave them traveling
Oh,
off to Wellspring for the last little bit. And Tulio. Give me a history check to see if you can remember how to get to Saf's Cave.
Oh,
Because
please
it
be
wasn't
good.
too far from
Oh,
town, but
hell
it wasn't on
yes.
the main road.
23.
Okay, yeah. I'd say you can remember the way that you went last time, the first ever time you went out hunting with Krog. First session, you
Mhm.
went out and went along the ridge side. You would guess about 75 to 100 yards from his normal hunting grounds, close to the terrace. But you get to where you swear the cave was, and you just see a blank stone wall.
The Aura was like that blue, right?
Yeah, it was a silvery blue with red flakes,
Okay.
red sparkles.
I want to pop the monocle on and see if I can locate that.
Give me a Arcana.
22.
You can get a light sense of Saf's aura, but you don't know if it's just what has been weaved into the land as he is the land guardian, or if this is his normal hunting grounds, or if maybe he's hiding something. But you don't get any obvious clues as to what any of that might be pertaining to.
Right. All right. I want to like try to hide the trike as best as possible. And
You
I'm gonna go.
see a berry bush of strawberries, wild strawberries, that is just big enough that you think you can hide though. Did you take the trike or did you take the bicycle?
I took the trike. That's the
The
one that's
trike?
like made
Okay.
to my size.
Yeah, that is true. But yeah, you're able to hide that pretty effectively.
I'm then gonna go up into a tree, and I just want to like chill and wait here for a while. Like bunkered down, like a sort of like a hunter in a deer stand.
Yeah, I get you. Give me an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics is gonna be 22.
How do you climb into the tree?
I just like I look at the tree, I run up for like 2 steps, and I jump up, grab the branch, and like swing my legs up to a smaller branch, loop those around, and then pull myself up.
Very nice.
Then I'm gonna like bunker down, try to like camouflage up here, which I think I have.
I'll say you should have
actually.
something for that.
Yeah, I
Nice.
actually have a what's it called? The my racial thing that lets me do the one with shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah, so shadows veil. I'll use that, and it is a invisibility feature, so I am now invisible up here.
Yes. Very nice. Very nice. How long do you want to stay there?
Let's see. Whenever how long has it been since I left the cart?
5-10 minutes.
Okay, they had about an hour back to Wellspring. So I'll stay up here for about 2 hours.
Okay. So they would be making it to the gates of Wellspring within that time.
Yes.
So we will jump back to them. As you all are on the cart and the dust plume just departs, what Oog only knows as Tulio running away with his tricycle for who knows why. You're approaching Wellspring and you get a sense that a lot of development has happened since you last were here. The front gate is a large stone arch, almost as if it was like half of a stargate with odd symbols embossed in the sides. Kronk, you can probably recognize these as some fire genasi runes, but you don't really know what they're for or what they mean. But you would be the only one that would have any type of familiarity with those symbols. But from the outside, it looks really nice. Nice, like stone cobble walls. Nice big archway that's big enough to accept really anything, minus a Titan.
Right.
Just very odd symbols.
Hmm. I say
There doesn't seem to be any guards or
nothing.
security.
Yes.
As you look over the walls, you can see plenty of light pollution being created from the town, which you remember just torches and fire last time you were here, and surely that can't be all that's producing this. And you almost swear you see something that you only heard of in the mainland, as not many have been built, but you think it was called a Paros wheel? An odd ride that the elves just adored.
All right. Go ahead, and you said that there's a gate, right?
It's not really a gate, it is just like an open archway. There doesn't seem to be any security. It's just all stone cobble. It arches over a solid like 50 feet up into the air and 100 feet wide. More than enough space and room to get through. But yeah, you can see the town just inside of like a bunch of housing complexes there at the outskirts.
We're gonna go ahead and move on through.
Beautiful. Oog, give me a con save.
Do-do-do-do-do-do. 22.
Beautiful. As this is the first time you've entered the Wellspring domain since recent updates, you start getting a slight headache and a very strong draw to the pillar you remember at the center of this town square. But you don't know why. But
I
you
go
also have,
investigate.
well, I mean, the oxen are heading that way.
Okay.
So
yeah,
for the
that's my
town,
way.
it is a giant circle, if you remember, that
Mhm.
has one side connecting to the bay and the beach.
I'd like to start meditating in my cauldron
Okay.
to see
We'll
if
get
I
to
noticed
that
anything.
once I'm done describing the newer areas you're seeing.
Okie dokie.
Unless you want to just go meditate and not see anything.
Yeah, just leave him in meditation mode until you're done with the
Monologue. Bet.
build up.
So,
There we go, the build up.
yeah. So as you enter Wellspring, and Oog seems to get a little cranky and crawl back into his crystal cauldron to just with the new fresh water from the crystal spring, it almost looks like he's floating in just a bubble of nothing, with little bits of his slime just seeping off and away from him, slowly polluting the water for anyone on the front porch. But the town has definitely developed quite a bit, almost a half the size of Cape Copper as it is now. You come in and just see all these housing buildings made off of the center orbital ring. And the deeper and deeper you get, you start seeing little like boutiques, clothing shops, jewelry stores. And you make it to the center where the lights almost overtake you and you just see everyone of the town, old faces and new. But they're just in an uproarious party, just having a good ass time. But you did not hear or see any of this until you got to the center, where the center spire and pillar of Wellspring lies. Welcome back, boys. It's been a year, but you don't know how. But they're having the Heroes Festival again.
Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
But yes, Oog, give me a nature check. I think that's what I've been running all your stuff on. Of this variety.
Let me pull up my character feed again. Okay. $21.
21.
21.
So as soon as you enter the town, you can sense the energy and the flow of it. It almost feels as if you have crawled into a giant spider's web, with each ley line of this town being the streets and roads connected all to the sea of this beautiful sapphire blue, but with a turquoise or seafoam hue, just connecting these strings that follows the roads of Wellspring, all connecting back to the center that is the spire. That you don't know if the energy is going up, down, through, or what, but that is the center of it all.
Hmm.
As you make it there to the center where the uproarious party is happening, it is almost blinding and you can't really see anything outside of all these flecks of different energies and magics wisping around and a show of lights everywhere, but you have no clue what's happening.
I can't see where the energy is going to, or whether or not it's being forcibly pulled, or if it's just naturally falling off of people.
Correct. The overwhelming blue that you're seeing everywhere is what's making everything like hazy and foggy, whereas you can see little specks of other magics and energies around you as you get to the center. But you don't know that since you're in the slime or your cauldron and meditating, Drafiel.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna keep meditating.
Remember, you do have that pull to the center spire. That's inexplicable.
Yep. I'm just gonna keep on watching until I feel like it's a good time to go investigate.
Fair. I'll say if you want to stop meditating, you can just look around because your cauldron is crystal clear right now, essentially. Very little pollution.
Well, since I'm being blinded by all the lights, and I'm just gonna.
But that's only while you're meditating and using your mind's eye for the energies.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just gonna crack my actual eyes open and just keep on watching, making it look like I'm still meditating.
But so yeah, as you open your eyes, you would just see that there is a wondrous party going on. There's the whole town, all of the people you remember, such as Mama Juju, Adrienne, who else did we have? No, I had a list of all my NPCs somewhere. Where did that sheet go? There is Ellard Burtonall. I don't know if y'all interacted with them very much. Ooh, yes. You see all of them. So Ellard, Adrian, Mama Juju. You see Jeff. Um,
Yeah.
you can see the squeaking squirrel. You can see Mama Juju's iron tail beaver forge. You can see Jeff hanging out, dancing. He has his official mayor robes on, as he did the first time y'all came. But you also see new faces and new storefronts. Just, it's expanded so much since you were last here. What would you all like to do?
Find a place to park the cart for the night.
Buford's joining the party.
You would see around the edge of the like moss lawn leading up to the center pillar of Wellspring. There's like hitching posts for any cattle or hitching animals.
All right.
So, and yeah, there would be a well there around the center. And yeah, access to essentially everything. They would have a few like festival carts of games, a few food carts, and a lot of, from what you can tell, drinking carts or potion carts. You're not sure.
All right.
None of the signage is very clear right now, but there's definitely a lot of stuff here.
Right. Yeah, I guess just tie him up and pass the fuck on out. Because it's nighttime.
I'm gonna pop out of my cauldron, put on my gloves, and go enjoy the party.
But
See if I can't get myself a free drink.
do we want to stop it there for this session? Making
feel
it
like
back
that's
to
a good-
Wellspring?
Yeah, I think that's a good stopping point.
That-
Leave it with stated Buford's intentionally going to try and bard his way around the party. But yeah, we can close.
That's fair. Yeah, you can start playing your hurdy-gurdy and like going around. I just didn't want to get
Full
into
off-
any NPC interactions within Wellspring because then we can go all night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're good. I was drooping.
Yeah,
I'm
That's fair.
pretty sure I
I'm
took a
trying
nap
hard.
halfway through.
Until next time.